A little special.
What are you talking about?
That little logo in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, that little lower third logo that they do. I've been getting tricked for that shit for the past like 6-7 years now, Triple H.
They always do it, man.
Triple H has tricked me with that for the first time in a very long time because like I'm used to it. Because it wasn't the copyright, all rights reserved, like end of the show logo. It was the lower third basically telling you about the press conference. So like I wasn't really expecting it at that point. So they switched it up on the brother. Who showed up? CM Punk fucking showed up, my nigga. I had zero expectations of him showing up.
I told y'all, man, this is their MO. If you hear anyone from the company or reports that say, oh, this ain't gonna happen and we're not interested and blah, 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 expect it to happen. They tried to tell us that Edge still could never wrestle again, and we saw him take a bump in August of that year, in 2019. They said the doctor said another bump would kill him, and he went out there and took one on a pre-show. They even said it with Cody. Oh well, we're not talking to Cody Rhodes and whatever, just because he's a free agent, and then he pops up at Mania. This is what they do, man. They when they want to keep shit quiet, they will deny to their dying breath just to get the pop. And why not? Because you in Chicago, you in the Allstate Arena. How can you deny Chicago that pop?
CM Punk came back, man, and it's been 3,591 days since CM Punk last appeared on TV. He's just happy to be in front of 5,000 people on a regular basis, like more than 5,000 people on a regular basis again. It's been a while. All right, well, let me get on my shit. Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Cap can lie about how nobody knew that CM Punk was coming back. All they want. Nobody knew at all, except Triple H and Nick Khan and the people who needed to have CM Punk's music cleared ahead of time, and the production team who needed to make sure his music and Tron graphics were queued up at the time he came out, and the people who designed a new t-shirt that went on sale 2 minutes after he showed up, and the people who have been making low-key references to him for the last 2 months. Everybody knew. Get him. Just because y'all didn't know don't mean nobody knew at all.
You know, I live to cook all of them niggas. So I appreciate you for that, my brother. I appreciate you. To say that nobody knew is insanity. Even if you felt like it was impossible 2 years ago. We're in a different era. We're in a different time. Triple H said it best. I'm a different person. He's a different person. It's a different company. We're not talking about the same place that he left 10 years ago. I'm going to use an analogy that some of y'all might be familiar with. You ever, you wanted to do something, you wanted to go somewhere, you wanted to hang out with some people, and your parents told you not to do that shit? Because, you know, it's not going to end well. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad, real fast.
Yeah, all the time.
But you think it's cool, like, you know what? Like, I'm feeling it over it. I want to go do it, and then you go do it, and then you find out exactly why they told you to stay away.
Yeah,
that's what Punk did, man. Punk was away from wrestling. He was chilling. Tried some MMA, couldn't, you know, got cooked all over the place in that. But then, you know, he said, listen, if I'm going to come back to wrestling, I won't go back to where I was and I was miserable and disgruntled. Let me go over here to AEW where, you know, it's not an meritocracy. It's not run by one person. It's not sports entertainment. It's all about the wrestling. I got creative freedom, all that type of stuff. So he goes over there just to find out that, oh, these niggas run this place.
You remember what I said after All Out last year? Sometimes the grass ain't always greener on the other side. It's just fake.
I kind of got to revise the statement I made, that we both made, when he came back. Because it's like, well, we said, yeah, well, when Phil starts being Phil, we're going to see how it turns out. Things going to change.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that, yeah, he wasn't without fault. But more and more it became about what they was doing and how he was reacting to it.
Right.
Because it's like, listen, if you know how this dude is, why would you intentionally trigger him? He said it that night, all out. He's like, I'm working with fucking children. He's not working with children anymore.
Right.
And that's the fact. when you get away from structure, like this is the thing that I just hit on so much, and all your people that detract and try to say, "Oh, you just hating AEW and shit like that." They do not have structure. They don't. They never have. They never will. So what we're really just seeing is that people that filter out of WWE, they go to AEW, they just make them better to come back later on. If Tony Khan was not running this company, we're having a different conversation. But he is running the company, and again, there is no structure there. If there is nothing else that WWE can tout, whatever negativity, criticism you want to throw in their direction, they have always had structure. And Punk went over there to the other side thinking, okay, listen, because it's not WWE, I'm going to get what I want out of this. And he gets the world titles, he gets the main programs and all this other stuff. But then the negative side of it just outweighed, because now I'm fighting with these motherfuckers every time. I'm trying to be the elder statesman. I'm trying to be the common sense person, because I know this stuff that you're trying to put on TV ain't smart, and you want to fight me about it. Of course, he gonna go back to where it's like, okay, these niggas thinking logically. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to deal with children anymore. I know Triple H said this was something that came together quickly, and it didn't really materialize until like a day before or something like that. Listen, y'all knew you was gonna do it. Triple H know how to cap and make it sound good.
Yeah.
Like, y'all knew y'all was gonna make the phone call to him, or y'all was gonna have this discussion. You just waited until the last minute so you could say that in the press conference. Like, let's be real.
Back on CM Punk though, man. He came out there and damn it, we showed some fan footage from in the arena. Oh man, Seth Rollins is hot.
Woo!
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
100% work. Basically going back to what I said, how you tell me nobody knew, and the fact that even if nobody knew, these guys had to have some sort of idea of the possibility of it happening. Like the production team, obviously they knew, because you mean to tell me they was just like, oh shit, we gotta find the CM Punk files right now. He's walking through gorillas.
You know how hard it is to put that shit together? Everything, putting that all together. You don't do that in 24 hours, just on short notice, like out the blue, so that nobody knows about it at all. Like, somebody told you internally. There's only so quiet you can keep that.
Yeah.
You're in Chicago. Like,
right.
That alone, the crowd was chanting it. Like, you can't tell me they're clueless to it. Now, this is the part that I like to educate people on, right? Because I got a lot of people, they sit up there and they fall for it. They buying into it, right? And I'll give them credit. Seth knows how to work like nobody else.
Rex.
Because they got me for like 2 seconds, because I saw Cole holding him back. Like, Corey went and grabbed the belt for him when he dropped it, and Cole was holding him back, all the real security showing up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Y'all wanted long-term stories. Y'all cried and complained that WWE doesn't do long-term stories anymore. You have one right here.
Yep.
Number one, Seth is a consummate professional. I don't give a damn what he said about who. The show don't stop until the fans leave. Just because we off air don't mean the show stopped. He is not going to get outside of his character at work just because he doesn't like somebody who had beef. Like, at worst, he's annoyed by it. But he's not going to let it affect work. And the money they going to make off of this. Like, come on. Yeah. Use your common sense. Bro, this story is running 10 years to as far back as to when Rollins was the first NXT champion, and CM Punk made his little trip down to NXT, and they flashed the camera on the two of them. Back in 2019, before he came back, right? And back in 2019, he made that tweet when Punk showed up on backstage and was talking about him. He said, "Fight me." You telling me Seth don't know people got phone cameras in there all around the place? He's doing that on purpose. But again, kudos to Seth. He is solid as a rock. He know what he doing. He knows how to get y'all. Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother. It's the only time I'm ever gonna quote that. But don't do it.
What's next for CM Punk, man? We talked about him and Seth. That is a main event for Mania already. They already got that. That should be official. That will be both of them's official first ever main event at Mania. I've seen some folks worried about Seth having to lose to another quote unquote outsider, but the way I look at it, man, Brock Lesnar, he did business after returning from a nasty breakup. Even Warrior did the job after he returned. So I think, like, tell CM Punk, look, fam, like, Look up at them lights. You can get your lick back.
My-
Yeah,
Yo,
that just now hit you.
now the thing is, like, I knew it, but it's like it didn't sink in until I started thinking, like, damn.
Shit, even Warrior did the job after he returned. But anyway, that's business right there. You gotta learn how to do business. You gotta know how to do business. And then this point, like, look, you CM Punk, you've been wanting to come back to us for about 5 years now. Better look up at them lights, nigga.
Anybody that's agitated by Punk coming back, and this is the shit for YouTube, so y'all pay attention to this one. Anybody that's concerned by Punk being back here, you're not even considering the worst case scenario, the nightmare scenario, if you will.
Was that a pun?
It might have been. Punk's biggest gripe was what? Never closing out the show, never being the main event of WrestleMania. I understand. We've been talking about Cody finishing the story for the longest time. Mania 40, it's got to happen. Philadelphia, birthplace of America, all that good shit. I just want to throw this out there for those people who may not have ever considered this. Punk never main evented at WrestleMania. That was his biggest gripe. It'll be 10 years since he left the company to that day. Right after the Rumble. He's never won a Rumble before. And it's interesting stat that we all know, we might have forgotten. The longest reigning champion before Roman Reigns, do you know who it was?
CM Punk?
434 days. If y'all think that him being back is bad, just consider if they decide that
they can't. They can't do that.
Hey, if they considered it, you wanted the main event. He didn't say nothing about winning. If they want, because the only reason I bring this up is because when we got to Mania last year and we thought it was going to be the end because Cody was in the main event, and the rumor started going around that Roman won't lose until September of 2024. That was like, to me, it was ridiculous. But that's beating everybody. That's beating Terry. That's beating Bruno. That's beating he would be number one all time. Cody's not going anywhere. He's there for that. And I'm hoping to God I am not speaking nothing into existence. I'm hoping I'm not. I'm dead serious. But we didn't expect to see Punk back in 2023 until a couple months ago. If my scenario comes to pass, if they say, listen, we could put you in the main event, you can go out there with Roman. You're still going to lose, but we can make you do it. We can give you the Royal Rumble win. We can put you in the main event. We can hype it up. Longest reigning champion in the modern day versus the current longest reigning and still defending champion. We can hype that all the way up. And the crowd will show up for it. And it'll be money. And they can hit as low below the belt as they want to with each other. They can make that case. Paul Heyman's in the mix. I'm just saying, man. If they don't be surprised if something like that happens. I hope